Hello students, this is Shweta Roy. This video is for chapter 7 part 2 Our Forests. In this video we are going to discuss about protecting our forests, wildlife, endangered animals, and forest preservation and planting trees. These are some of the important topics which we are going to discuss in this video. Now, as you heard about National Park and Wildlife Sanctuary, so what is difference between a National Park and Wildlife Sanctuary? So a National Park is more restricted area as compared to Wildlife Sanctuary, and random access to people is not allowed. Whereas Wildlife Sanctuary is not a very restricted area, it is open to general public. Now tickets or permissions are required to enter into a national park. Whereas tickets or permissions are not required to visit a wildlife sanctuary. A national park has a definite boundary, but a wildlife sanctuary does not have a specific boundary. General public cannot use the park for collecting any materials like fruits, firewoods, etc. in national park. But when we talk about wildlife sanctuary, general public can use the park for collecting materials like fruits, firewoods, etc. Now, as example of national park, we have Jim Corbett National Park, and we have Krishna Wildlife Sanctuary, which is in Andhra Pradesh, as the example of wildlife sanctuary. So here you can see the difference between a national park and a wildlife sanctuary. Next we have types of forest. So here we have 5 types of forest. First, evergreen forest. Second, deciduous forest. Third, thorn forest. Fourth, coniferous forest. And fifth, tidal forest. So here we will discuss about protecting our forests. What are the steps we can take to protect our forest? So first is preventing deforestation, and this is the most effective way of preserving forests. Deforestation is the indiscriminate felling of trees. The word indiscriminate means doing some work without carefully thinking about it. That is indiscriminate. So when we carelessly cut the trees, or we cut a large number of trees in a particular place, in the same place, that is deforestation. Second is jhum cultivation, and jhum cultivation is also called slash and burn cultivation. Now, in this method of cultivation, forest areas are cleared for cultivation by cutting and burning trees. So what they do, they cut the forest areas and they burn the trees for agricultural purpose, for cultivation, and like this the forests are removed. Now this practice has been stopped. So this is also remove or cut the forest. So by stopping the jhum cultivation, we can stop the forest cutting. Third is afforestation, and this is another effective way of increasing the forest area. Afforestation refers to the planting of trees on the land which has not been under forest cover for a long time. So by planting trees, we can increase the number of trees and increase the forest area. Next is reforestation, and reforestation refers to the re-establishment of forests on large area. Many forest areas in India have been converted into protected forest regions, and in these areas activities like cutting trees, hunting and grazing are totally banned. Now next we have wildlife, and wildlife refers to any wild animal or plant living in its natural habitat. Here also we have a quick question. How do the tribals take care of their medical health needs in the forest? Find out. Actually, they depend on the forest for their needs, and they have a good knowledge of medicinal herbs and medicinal plants. So by that they fulfill their medical needs in the forest. Now the government has set up many wildlife sanctuaries, reserve forests and national parks to protect our wildlife. So as we have discussed that many forest areas in India have been converted into protected forest regions where the people cannot do activities like cutting trees, hunting and grazing. They are banned. These activities are banned. These areas are actually reserved forests. So we have some of the wildlife sanctuaries, reserve forest and national parks which we have seen in the map in our previous video. Here we will have some of the famous names. So we have Kaziranga National Park in Assam, Corbett National Park in Uttarakhand, We have Dudhwa National Park in Uttar Pradesh. Then Bandhavgarh National Park in Madhya Pradesh. Gir National Park in Gujarat. So these are some of the famous names. Now leatherback sea turtle is the world's largest turtle and it is an endangered species. Now what is this endangered species? Now as you heard about national park and wildlife sanctuary, so what is difference between a national park and wildlife sanctuary? Now there are number of animals that no longer exist on the earth, like mountain quail, pink-hued duck, and the Sikkim stag. And these animals who no longer exist on the earth are called extinct species. Now there are some animals which are in danger of becoming extinct because their number are declining rapidly. The word declining means becoming fewer. Day by day their numbers are becoming less and they are near to extinction, and they are known as endangered species. For example, bisons, antelopes, tigers and lions. So the animals who are near to extinction or in danger of becoming extinct are known as endangered species. Now these animals are in danger due to the large scale poaching. Poaching means illegal hunting of the animals. Illegal hunting of the animal is known as poaching. Unfortunately, animal products are still used to create articles like handbags, shoes and jewelries, and because of these the poaching happens, poaching takes place. So here we will discuss about protecting our forests. What are the steps we can take to protect our forest? So first is preventing deforestation, and this is the most effective way of preserving forests. Deforestation is the indiscriminate felling of trees. The word indiscriminate means doing some work without carefully thinking about it. That is indiscriminate. So when we carelessly cut the trees, or we cut a large number of trees in a particular place, in the same place, that is deforestation. Second is Jhum cultivation, and Jhum cultivation is also called slash and burn cultivation. Now in this method of cultivation, forest areas are cleared for cultivation by cutting and burning trees. So what they do, here you can see the picture of Ganges shark, and this is the Bengal tiger. Now we have a reading section from your book. In the deep green forest, I am a tree. I love to grow in the wild, so do not hurt me. I help the soil, the bird and the bear. In the forest we learn to help, share and care. The humans, the wildlife and the soil all depend on me. The ecological balance works that way, you see. If one is hurt, we all are sad. When people take care of us, we are glad. So you need to practice reading through this passage. So here we have the topic forest preservation, planting trees. Now why do we cut the trees? Why do we need to cut the trees? So when we talk about India, people in India cut down trees for firewood, grazing cattle, agriculture and construction of homes. And these all lead to pollution, deforestation and climate change. Now 8 lakh people in Allahabad, in the state of Uttar Pradesh, decided to fight these issues. And on 11 July 2016, they worked for 24 hours and planted 500 lakh trees after growing and saplings at local nurseries. Now these volunteers created a record for planting 80 different species of trees in a single day along roads, railways and on public land. So you can see this type of efforts are needed so that we can have more of the forest areas and the global warming can be reduced, the pollution can be reduced, and we can also save our earth. Now there are some important knowledge about the forest which you should have. More than 20% of the oxygen of the world is produced by the Amazon rainforest. About 25% of natural medicines are discovered in rainforests. Now, global warming and climate change are causing the permanently frozen grounds to melt. Trees cannot grow straight in such soil conditions. As a result, they lean or tilt in different directions, and they are thus known as drunken trees, which is mostly found in Canada and Alaska. We have already destroyed more than 80% of the Earth's natural forest. And that is the reason for climate change and global warming. So now it is time to plant more and more trees and save our Earth. I hope you all understood all the topics taught in this video. Thank you.